Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to Someone Stop Him. Knowles completely demolish second professor in one day. Wow. So without further ado, let's get started.
I'm a full-time professor here. I also am Italian American, and I happen to agree with the protester in the back.
Well, I have to say, as a professor, that you would come. I really appreciate that because I know students come out a lot, but professors don't always come out to hear opposing points of view, so that's a wonderful thing.
It's my duty. But
I've left you speechless. I've dazzled you.
Thank you. In 1492, before a racist and genocider came to this land, there were people living here. Every inch of this land was occupied.
Just as a matter of history, not every inch of the land was occupied. There were huge areas that were completely wilderness.
I was quiet the entire time you spoke. Those people still exist. The North American indigenous people, Central and South American, they're still here. And I would like to know how you can say that they have no ancestral claim to this land, and that as a white person, you can say that they cannot migrate freely and cannot use the land freely that they rightfully own and have for thousands of years.
Well, Mike, I'd like you to be more specific. Which people specifically and which land specifically? Because there were lots of different peoples in the northern and southern, in North America and South America at the arrival of Christopher Columbus. So which people do you think have a claim to which land?
I'm talking about the Native Americans.
But there were many different Native American tribes.
Would you like me to name all the tribes?
Yes, and I'd like you to name, and the reason I would like you to name all the tribes is because there were many tribes who conquered many other tribes. So just as an example, thank you. Just as an example, the Comanche Indians come in and they conquer areas run by the Apache Indians. Now the United States comes in and it owns that land. To which tribe should that revert? To which tribe should that land revert? The Comanche, who had it before us, or the Apache, who had it before them? Moreover, for the people who still exist, you're referring to Christopher Columbus in an ahistorical way by calling him some sort of racist or some sort of genocidal maniac. The man never committed any sorts of genocide at all, and he was actually known among the Spanish explorers for his good treatment of the natives. That point is neither here nor there. And I encourage people to read biographies of Christopher Columbus because there's a lot of historical fiction out there. The point on that is that when the Spanish came to this country, and to this continent, they did create a new race known as Latinos. This is a mixture of Spaniards and Native American populations. So if we are going to revert certain land to native populations, why would we not then immediately take that land away from them because they also descend from Spanish explorers? In what sort of atomized way would you define your own race, your own identity? I think this is a very backwards and ultimately impossible view of personal identity that puts your stock in some particular ancestor rather than something that is larger than yourself. I think it's a madness of the modern left, and it leads to crazy policy proposals, such as saying that somebody who descends from a native population in Colombia has a right to move to any apartment he wants to in New York because of race or something.
Okay, well, I think I get the both parts. The professor is just saying if we are to talk about who have claims of the land in America, there were people there before, the current people that owns it now. But I feel like the way the world work, or the way it has been since the time of Jesus, the time of David, people fight, conquer, then take over. Okay, I think it was most times they take over, they make those people their subordinates. Okay, or yeah, well, I think what people do now is sometimes they don't take over, they just come there, they try to, I think the world we see now is like everyone is trying to go to a certain land, you develop, or you buy, you pay for it, you get the land you pay for, you develop it, and when you are done, if you feel you want to sell, you can sell and move. Unlike before that, if you win a war, you take over the full territory and claim it as yours. But I think That is what the guy is saying. He's saying, okay, who are we giving back this land to? Should we give it back to the people we took it from, or the people that those people took it from? So I think the way American is right now, it will be very difficult to hand over American to anyone. So the thing is, we just have to look for a way that everyone can live together in peace. And it shouldn't be about who owns this land, who does not own this land. What we need to look out for is what works for American. Because it's not a matter of, they're not looking at what has happened in the past. We're looking at what is happening presently. So if we are going to watch out for Americans, it should be both the Native Americans, the Latino, whatever. So long as you are an American, you deserve a claim to what American have. And that is why Donald Trump is there. Donald Trump is fighting for every American out there. I know sometimes his decisions are kind of selfish to other race or to other continents, but he is the kind of person that wants to put American first before every other person. And that is it. He said it before he came there, and that is what he's doing right now. But this is beautiful. I get the lecturer's point, and I love how he came at this in a very soft and cool way, without arguing, without, debating. He just wanted to air his view. And I think it was well noted. This is a beautiful one coming from them, and I want to see more videos like this. If you have any recommendation, let me know in the comment section. If this is your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remain blessed.